What's good, everyone? Welcome back to another Marvel's Avengers Gear Guide video. In this Gear Guide video, I'll be taking a look at Miss Marvel and her Apex Power exotic gear set, which is also known as a Stormranger gear set. So with these gear pieces, you guys can actually obtain them from the priority mission. If you run it every day, you can get one gear piece after every daily reset. Or if you're playing the game during the Riskaya Protocol event, this event right here will also award you gear pieces from the Apex Power set. And the event can happen every couple times during the year, so look out for that event if you're trying to farm for gear pieces from the Apex Power gear set. So we're going to go ahead and start with the heroic piece just like we always do. So with the heroic piece, you definitely want to make sure you get Might and Valor with this because Miss Marvel is known to be a melee character. This heroic piece is actually pretty decent for an embiggen build. It's definitely nothing compared to her exotic gear piece from the technical power set, but it is also something that you guys can use if you want to try out when you're running like an embiggen build, you know, Miss Marvel. So with the perks, we have embiggen breaker, 10% increased damage from embiggen. So that, again, you guys know is your ultimate heroic ability. Then we also have an intrinsic perk, which is called support empowerment. 60% chance activating a support heroic grants that intrinsic burst that regenerates intrinsic energy while active. So let's say you activate your healing spirit, you'll also get an intrinsic burst. You have a 60% chance of getting that intrinsic burst and it'll regenerate intrinsic energy. This is really good when you're using your polymorph attacks. So you guys already know what polymorph. That's when you're, let me show it to you guys right here. So this is polymorph right here. This is your intrinsic ability. And then you can use, you know, hold on to R2 if you're on PlayStation and then continue spamming your melee combos. And then if you activate the support heroic ability, you can get that intrinsic burst to regenerate some intrinsic energy. Then we have embiggen overdrive, which relates to your ultimate ability. 25% increase intrinsic regeneration while embiggen is active. Moving on to the defensive piece. So with the defensive piece, it can come with Resolve, Intensity, Resilience. This is something that will also help with your ultimate heroic ability. So we have embiggen boon, 20% increased critical hit chance from embiggen, which is pretty good to put some damage out when you're using your ultimate heroic ability. This also has an intrinsic perk. Lethal Empowerment, 43.9 chance defeating an enemy grants an intrinsic burst. And then we have Polymorph Surplus. So this gives you 10% increased polymorph energy. So polymorph, again, is your intrinsic ability. And again, like every other Apex Power gear set video I've done, the heroic piece is definitely something you want to make sure you try and get. And then the defensive slot. Moving on to the range piece. The range piece can roll with different types of stats and also different types of statuses. But the stats that you can get on this is precision, intensity, and proficiency. This is particularly focused on range. And you have shock range attacks. And then I have here, when you grab an enemy, you can also deal shock. So this can again come with different statuses. And with the perk, we have embiggen impulse, 25% increased stun damage from embiggen. So that's what this piece is. And then we have our melee piece, which can come with Might, Resilience, Proficiency. Light combo finishers inflict shock damage. Power attacks inflict shock damage. Instead of the power attacks, you can also get heavy combo finishers on this as well. And you can also get different status effects as well. And then the third perk we have is embiggen Destruction. 20% increased stun status and overall damage while embiggen is active. So it's a pretty decent melee piece. If you get a different status, probably not shock, let's say vibranium, that can also do some really good damage. And if you run with like a damage buff on your slot 3, this piece right here might actually work out, especially when you're in your ultimate heroic ability embiggen status. So this is the gear pieces that come from this entire gear set. Just going to go through it again. And again, the verdict is with this gear set, you want to make sure you get the heroic piece because this will help you with the embiggen Miss Marvel build. Alright guys, so that is the end of this video and the end of this gear guide video about the Apex Power gear set for Miss Marvel. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments below. And if you guys want to see more videos like this, hit that like and subscribe button. Until next time, I'm out. You guys take care. Peace.